How you doing, my hypelings? It's HMK once again with another Breath of the Wild video. Man, we going in today, and yes, today's video will be very spoiler heavy in terms of what we see and what we revealed, which is the first dungeon boss. I'm not talking about the first boss you'll encounter in the game, but the first ever dungeon boss that has been shown off to us, because all the other bosses have been in the land of Hyrule, including Stepatalas and other huge monsters. So here we have our first glimpse at it, but I'm not going to show it off because once again, this is heavy spoilers. Once I'm done with my spoiler warning and my plug and everything, then we're going to dive right in. So guys, if you don't want to see this boss, click away from the video. You've been warned, and now here comes the plug. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. If we hit it before March, we will have a Nintendo Switch giveaway. So get ready for that, guys, and be sure to enter my existing Breath of the Wild giveaway, which everything you need to know is in the description box below. So let's get into it. Here is the first ever dungeon boss shown off, and it is the Wind Blight Ganon. Oh boy. And yes, Nintendo was able to show this off through Game Informer with an interview and stuff, and here we have a screen of Wind Blight Ganon, and just, man, he looks terrifying, he looks weird, but I love his look. And now we're going to talk about certain things about what we see here in the picture of Wind Blight Ganon and the dungeon. Now, the dungeon has been alluded to being a moving dungeon from one of the Divine Beasts. From what Game Informer says, I really believe that the bird Divine Beast is going to be the dungeon that they're talking about, and this is the boss of that dungeon, Wind Blight Ganon. And then they also say that there's a lot of gunk and all this weird stuff inside the dungeon, what we've seen in trailers before, and that has been confirmed to be known as Malice, and that comes from Ganon, or Calamity Ganon. And when we get the description of the Wind Blight Ganon, it says, oh, this is one of Ganon's own, he likes to play dirty, so be careful, Link. And the way he attacks is that he summons tornadoes, and he uses that big gun to shoot spikes at you. What's interesting enough is that the Wind Blight Ganon, it looks like a Guardian. It looks like a bit of Guardian technology, but the thing is, not all of it looks so, like, I would say Guardian-y, if that's not even a word, but it doesn't look all type of Guardian. It looks like a piece of Guardian technology got corrupted through the Malice from Calamity Ganon and took like a shape of its own. So that's what you're gonna probably be fighting. And then it says in the Game Informer article about this dungeon that you're gonna have to go and purge all of the Malice outside, inside and outside of the dungeon, and then you're able to, move the dungeon using your own ingenuity, which is really cool. But one thing I do want to point out is that what is under the Wind Blight Ganon, and that seems to be a pod that we saw in the Nintendo Switch trailer that Link activates, but it's not in out in the open world. So we can definitely assert that this is the Wind Temple, the Wind Blight Ganon Air, whatever. There's the Wind Pod, and then Wind Pod from Pokemon. No. But the other thing that we saw might have been the Water Pod, because we saw some water, some ponds or whatever, blah blah blah. So what I'm theorizing is that inside this pod is the original someone in stasis, the original rider of this Divine Beast, and it might be Reball, the Rito tribe member, the bird. So it looks like these 4 dungeons, or maybe even more dungeons, these Divine Beasts, you're gonna have to go to each one, defeat a form of an elemental Ganon, and then free the champion of Hyrule, the rider that is in stasis in that pod, that probably was in stasis from 100 years ago. Man, this game story is gonna be so fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. So it looks like we might, along the lines, going throughout the game and these dungeons, we might get a Wind Blight Ganon, an Earth Blight Ganon, a Fire Blight Ganon, and a Water Blight Ganon. And then defeating these 4 Ganons will release the 4 champions of Hyrule, and they'll reward you with a weapon or something. I'm not entirely sure, but man, oh man, this looks crazy. And I'd like to also point out that Link is wearing some swag and new pants. Yo, my dog, where'd you get that from? I don't even know. But anyways, yeah, this is the Wind Blight Ganon, and they didn't really specify how you're gonna attack him or how you beat him or anything like that. According to Game Informer, this whoever played, I guess, Wind Blight Ganon got bodied a bunch of times, so that's cool. Definitely looks terrifying. If this guy is truly running off of Guardian technology, Guardians in themselves are really hard to fight, especially when they're smaller Guardians, or I would say half Guardians. The reason why I say half Guardians is because they're stuck in the ground and they can't really move. And what I've seen with moving Guardians, those guys seem to be almost impossible to take down by regular means. You're gonna have to use one of those Sheikah technology arrows or a Guardian arrow or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna have to go down. And man, oh man, how are you gonna beat this thing? I am ready to roll. This boss looks hella terrifying, and oh my goodness, these are probably gonna be like, you know, the 4 main cardinal bosses alongside all the other bosses that we see in the Land of Hyrule. And I hope that my pod theory is on point, because man, that'd be such a great way to introduce these characters, you know, save them one by one. And man, I'm just ready. I am so ready, and I know you guys are ready. So let me know what you think about the Wind Blight Ganon in the comment section below if you got this far, because remember, this is a huge spoiler video. And let me know what you think about my theory. And also, if it turns out, you know, from everything they're saying about this moving dungeon, if it turns out the Divine Beasts are moving dungeons, yo, I called that shit. So leave all your thoughts, theories, and more in the comment section below. Be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK. We're almost on 100K. If I hit it before March, I'm giving away a Switch. And be sure to enter my existing Breath of the Wild giveaway. Everything you need to know, description box below. So guys, until next Zelda video, I've been HMK. I'll check you guys later.